You ran from home and you're on the street. You've been ripped off, you've been used, and you could be killed. There is a way out. There is a way off the street. Not tomorrow, but now. Runaway Hotline will get you off the street. Call Runaway Hotline, toll free, anytime, day or night. Runaway Hotline gets your message to those who care. Call now and get off the street.
Z420 TV. We take the high road.
To sing,
There's no.
dance, pretend, and I like to have fun.
Hey, we're here on Zeno.tv. Can you hear me out there?
Yes, I'm hearing you just fine.
All right, people out there in Zeno.tv can hear me. People in Z420.tv can hear me. People in Facebook Live can all hear me.
Yes, they can.
Nice to see you guys. Big week, I guess. I mean, a lot of things been going on in the world. We didn't get to make it to the air last week, and
Right.
so I have a whole bunch of things to cover and catch up on. Do you have anything you want to touch off before I say all this garbage?
I don't think so. I'm going to see where this roller coaster takes me.
All right, man. Let's start with the big story. I guess that should be North Korea. North Korea has been the biggest thing that's gone on in the last 2 weeks since we've actually been doing a show. A whole bunch of people said that Trump is selling us out and going to brink of a war with a crazy person. But today, Kim Jong-un has
Yeah, Kim Jong-un.
Un is the young one, has now said that he's reconsidered attacking Guam, and that he may change his mind later. I have the quote. It's ridiculously worded. I have little doubt that he must have actually come up with this himself, because it's just lunatically written. What does he say here? He says, if the Yankees persist in their extremely dangerous, reckless actions on the Korean Peninsula and in its vicinity, testing the restraint of the DPKR, which is North Korea, the North will take an important decision, as it already declared. So who knows what it means? But basically, it's saying that he's going to back off. And
For now. For now.
See, the thing is, man, like this whole thing was like manufactured horse shit nonsense. I'm sorry that I wasn't here to like tell you guys you don't have to worry about this, but this guy fucking loves Donald Trump. He's a huge fan of Donald Trump. He loves him on television. He thinks he's like the greatest guy. He's become friends with Dennis Rodman, and one of the reasons is because he was a contestant on The Apprentice, and he started to like him on there. I mean, he liked him before because of his basketball, but getting to see him humanized opened up like the possibility of bringing him over to his country. Like, Dennis Rodman is the most trusted American in North Korea. He has the ear of Kim Jong-un over there, and all Dennis Rodman has to say is like, yeah, man, like, he's pretty cool, and he was nice to us, and he's not going to attack you. And I think that Dennis Rodman did some secret behind-the-scenes shit to make this all come together. But here we are, like,
To make what all come together?
to make tensions like ratchet down, to make it so
Really?
yeah. I think that he humanized Donald Trump through Dennis Rodman's friendship with him.
Okay, so all of the other stuff, the sanctions imposed by the UN.
Oh, sure, that's really important.
Okay.
That's incredible. What an amazing victory for Donald Trump to have China and Russia join us and decide that sanctions are something that are needed and now implemented against the Korean regime, which treats its people about as worse as I don't know of any place on earth that they treat their population worse compared to what they have. I mean, I understand there's some places that have nothing, and they have a lot of people there, and they have no resources. But North Korea is fucking rich, and like all the people can have everything, but their leadership doesn't want that. Paul, I apologize. Brad, can you turn my mic down for a second?
Sure.
I apologize, party people. I felt that was going to be a bad cough, and I didn't want to have to subject you to it. Back to what I was saying. Is there what in there? Is there anything in there?
Okay, well, no, it's. You think that Dennis Rodman actually had a hand in this?
Yeah.
Do you really honestly believe that?
I believe it's a possibility. I don't see any other pictures of any American sitting around slapping hands and enjoying each other's time together. And I really do believe that there's a very, very good possibility that Dennis Rodman could have came in here and helped this.
But done this secretly without telling anybody.
Yeah. I mean, he just gets to go over there. Like, there's not even any other Americans that just get to go to North Korea when they want to.
I understand that.
So,
but based off of Dennis Rodman as the person that we've come to know, the character, the personality, I don't think he'd keep his mouth shut.
He does, though.
I don't think he'd keep his mouth shut about this.
He does, though. I mean, he's out there, like, jet skiing, like, almost every fucking weekend, all the time. Like, these guys are buddies, man. I mean, this is more than... Cause look, there's no one else out there who is bankrolling Dennis Rodman to be out there on a jet ski with a fucking parade of people behind him every weekend. And this is the lifestyle that Kim Jong and him do together. They hang out like they're buddies and friends, man. Like, I know that we don't, like, hear about this a lot, but according to my media sources that I hold in very, very high esteem, this is a legit thing, and really some stuff that is very, very possibly could be happening, man. Hey, I want to thank the viewer out there, Eamon Van Dyke, for saying I look good and that I feel like I'm feeling better. Looking forward to your party this weekend, buddy. Okay, so North Korea is obviously a little bit less of a problem than we thought it was a few hours ago. Like, Kim Jong-un is now saying he's reconsidered, so at least this is looking like it could be going in the right direction. Okay. I'm not saying it's done, but I'm saying it looks like it could be going in the right direction. You guys got to go out there and research more stuff on Dennis Rodman. So did you find anything there on Dennis Rodman when you just looked real quick?
I see from June 13th, there's a post on the New York Times talking about he's a frequent visitor to North Korea, and he's back. So
they're like buddies, man. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, I mean that's been known because he's been over there at least 2 times. I knew that, but
I think he's going over a lot more than that, and literally. They're jet ski buddies. Do you know what type of friends you have to be jet ski buddies? Like,
sure.
I mean, that is he loves America. Kim Jong-un loves America. Like, when he came here as a student, because he lived here for years and became like a big basketball fan and went to school here. Like, he fucking loves America. He doesn't want to destroy it all. He just wants to be seen as like having any importance in the world. So, like, Donald Trump can, like, legitimize the guy. Okay, so that's half of it. Is there something else you want to say?
No, let's go ahead.
Okay, Charlottesville, man. Obviously, this is a terrible story that's actually happening here in America. I have learned, I'll be honest, I've learned a lot about this, man. I don't know how to say this, but, like, okay, I'm a white guy, and Brett and I grew up in a place here in Southern California called La Cañada. Mm-hmm. I have heard it yelled in my face that it is basically the home of like white privilege for people. I mean, you may be able to make a case for.
I say especially when we were growing up there.
Yes.
I don't think that's quite so much the case now, based off the population change. But you're absolutely right.
So
white privilege.
I would say that it fairly well defines it. I mean, you guys don't know it all out there. You can look it up. La Cañada, California. I described it like as Beverly Hills with real money. I mean, it really is just people who have every advantage. And I gotta say, man, like I've never seen or been approached or had a sentence said in my general vicinity that is, about races and racism and holding black people down. I mean, Brent, you grew up in the same community. Did anybody say, hey, fuck black people or Mexicans or women, or like let's like make sure that we're like better or above them?
Not in La Cañada, no.
Did you have it happen someplace else in life?
I mean, as I've grown older, and yes, as I've moved out and moved into to neighborhoods that are more diverse, because I think
you've been okay. So I maybe here's what I'm saying: is that someone has like come up to me that is part of the white race and said, hey, fuck black people, or let's like, hey, you know, like secretly we're better than them, and we should make sure that they stay beneath us or something.
I've met people. I've met people who said that, but I haven't lived near in a community like that. So I'm gonna. Yeah,
I didn't think it existed. Okay.
Okay.
I then watched a propaganda video on Vice.com. Like there's some news people. They put out rather one-sided reports all the time, but they actually had on tape like white people who were mad about race. Like I'd never seen it. Like if this is some scourge of like America and this was happening in like the white community, I think I would have seen it. It just I've never seen anything like it, man. To actually have people who were like, I feel that white people are better and
but they're more deserving.
I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't absorb the entire message.
Okay, no.
I kind of sat there slack-jawed, like, this shit really fucking exists? Like, I can't... Is there something wrong with me? Did the white supremacists decide to, like, ignore the rabble-rouser Jake and, like, they don't want to bring me into the area? Like, why haven't I seen this before?
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think any of those are these groups that are so anti-affirmative action, saying that it underscores the I mean it to me that's just kind of it's a style of racism to sit there and
you got to see this. You got to see this Vice video, man. It's got this guy. I wrote his name down because he's become a devil. I mean, he is a devil. I even actually wrote "fuck this guy," which I generally try to be nice. His name is Christopher Cantwell. He is the kind of the right wing star of this Vice video. And okay, look, we're gonna come back to the other side, and we'll get into like what he's got going on right now because I have more things I'd like to cover here in Charlottesville, and our segments just aren't long enough here on Zena.tv, Z420.tv, Facebook, all that jazz. So we got to go to like a commercial break where you can learn more. And then we're going to come back on the other side and cover a little bit more of this. And I have so much stuff, man. This whole hour is going to fly by.
I'm Vicki Abelson.
Who the fuck is Vicki Abelson?
Hello. I wrote a book called Don't Jump. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, and my fucking mother. Not my mother, Andy Stone's mother. Andy Stone is my heroine. And she was addicted to everything pretty much except heroin.
Oh my God. Oh yes. She just totally captures the excitement of rock stars.
And famous athletes and famous comedians. Sort of an insider's view from the outside.
The warmth and wit of Vicky's writing knocked me out. In a good way, not like Cosby. Too soon?
Don't jump. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, and my fucking mother.
Damn, that was going to be the name of my book.
Vicki wrote a book?
Vicki Abelson's long-awaited new book, Don't Jump, is finally here. Don't miss it. Who the fuck is Vicki Abelson?
And it's Mary Carey, of course, Politically Naughty with Mary Carey.
I'm always naughty. I'm always politically. My behavior is always politically
naughty.
I'm never politically correct.
Dr. Drew,
hi. Oh, I'm so.
Hey guys, how are you?
It's all teary-eyed, Doctor.
I know. She wished she could live at rehab.
But only if Dr. Drew's there. Obviously, if someone like, because a little too groping might be inappropriate. But I like the flirting and stuff.
When I walked in, you shoved my head in your.
No! Are you gonna sue me?
Get Politically Naughty with Mary Carey. Mondays at 4 p.m.
I start? Hi, I'm Moxie.
And I'm Nicole, and we're the ladies of Suicide Girls Radio, the world's leading BYOB radio show. Pour a glass of your favorite tipple and tune in on Wednesday nights between 8 and 9 p.m. as we discuss life, liberty, and the pursuit of free nipples. Oh, just flash it would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? People think flashing your tits is easy, right? And it's actually kind of hard.
Z420 TV. We take the high road.
Hello, party people. Back here on Grand Theft Audio on Z420.tv, Zena.tv, Facebook Live. I'm Jake Belcher.
And I'm Brant Thoman.
And as always, we appreciate your guys' time. Okay, so on the other side of that break, we're talking about Charlottesville and some of the violence that happened this past weekend.
Right.
I don't want to put you on. I don't want to just go off on my rants. Do you have anything that you feel about it?
No, not in particular. I think there's fault to be laid on both sides of the aisle of this. Once again, for me, it's like I'm going to support anybody who legally goes about trying to express their freedom of speech. I may not agree with the speech, but and it could be hate-filled. But I can't say that the person can't do that. They did what they were supposed to, got permits and stuff. To have the opposite side not have to do so. To potentially instigate and provoke violence, because it's both sides are provoking it, but to demand that one side apologize and the other side not seems ridiculous. There's unfortunately no face of the anti white supremacist or anti movement that was going on there.
Basically, some people don't know the term, but Antifa, which has now become a more commonly known word in the last week because some people have actually said it, including our president. So that term's getting out there more. But yeah, there is kind of this idea that if you didn't hold any violence against the conservative side being done, if you didn't hold any of the people accountable for that, then it's kind of hard for me to take serious you needing to hold people accountable for violence on this side. Like, anybody who did come out and say, hey, fuck Bernie Sanders supporters for shooting that senator during the baseball game, or like, if you actually like came out and held those positions, then I can take a lot more serious the people who are like, oh, Trump has to come out and condemn and repudiate these people instantly. The response from the mainstream media, who's like, it's been 2 days since this happened, and President Trump has said nothing. I saw some of those reports like, 25 hours later. I mean, it's barely been 2 days, and even then, like, he released a statement when things were going on, saying that he condemned all this violence, but if they don't use the exact terminology instantly that people want to hear to cause more racial division, then they're just going to like shit all over our president. He's in a terrible no-win situation.
Not true. He should have good enough speechwriters and good enough people in his communications department.
Time. I mean, he literally in the middle of the event, like it hadn't even completely finished. Like he was saying that that you need to condemn violence, and that's still like not good enough. Like can't happen instantly. Then like, we live in like this instant gratification society where you have to get. I need an answer on it right fucking now before it can even be thought about. Like you can't take a minute to think about. Oh man, well what should I think about this? You just have to instantly say it, and it better be fucking perfect. That's gonna make everybody happy in every direction.
Yes. I'm sorry.
That's an insane standard to hold people to, especially for you people out there who are like, well, he's so fucking dumb. Well, like maybe give us a second to like think about what needs to be said and how messages need to be conveyed.
Sure.
So I'm just saying there's a lot of bullshit on both sides. Not only did we have this guy Christopher Cantwell, who was the star of the Vice video. So like we talked on the way out. He was showing off really big down in Charlottesville, like, I'm gonna fucking be a man and defend my country and do whatever I have to do. And he gets back to his hotel room and he's bringing out fucking guns from every direction. He's like somehow that makes you tough. Like honestly, holding a gun is the opposite of making you tough. It makes you. I have very, very little experience holding a gun. I went out to a gun range with some people during the holidays. I won't say that they're the type of people you see during the holidays, like people from other other places that are like no, I shouldn't use the word in-laws. But anyways, we went to a fucking gun range, and we get out there, and like these mild-mannered people all the time, they get like their gun in their hand, and like they act like now they're big shit, and you should.
Yep.
They act like that because like they know how little like their power is when they actually have the gun.
Especially somebody has to pull out a gun to try and make the threat, to show off the strength. The strength in having a gun is knowing when it's appropriate to use it and when it's appropriate for it to even be pulled out.
It's just like it changes their mindset completely.
Yeah.
Like one person got cut off in the parking lot, and he's like, "Oh, he wouldn't have cut me off if he knew how many guns I have in the car."
Right.
I'm like, no, like I don't think that should affect whether someone's gonna, cut you off or not. But anyways, this guy's fucking, pulling out guns from every direction, and he's like, basically, this is the worst face of racism in people that I've ever really seen. This whole idea of like actual, and like it is an actual racist who says things like black people are less than white people, and he says things that you think to yourself like, I can't believe that someone actually exists like that. Anyways, he's on Vice. He has cameras around him. Now, here we are 2 days later, and he's crying like a baby, where I didn't realize that people were going to see it and that they were going to make me a target. Well, are you a moron? I mean, are you an actor who was hired for this part and doesn't realize that the words that you're saying actually have meaning and they have some fucking terrible value to like the pieces of shit around you? Like I can't believe that this type of racism exists. Okay, I'm gonna say the most fucked up thing in this entire episode right before we go to break here on Zeta.tv, Z420.tv, and Facebook Live. Like here at my job where I've produced many shows, I've produced shows for like black racists. I have. I mean, there was a show on here called the Zo What Morning Show, and they would bring on like the most hate white people, groups of people that existed. So I would help them get their message out. Like I would sit here and I would produce it, make it look as good as possible. So I'll let any message get out there. But fuck this guy, James, Christopher Cantwell. Realize that you are a piece of crap who has moved America in the wrong direction in the last week, and that people should not follow you or listen to you or value anything that you say. You are as low as it gets.
Feeling their best, they glow, they shine, and they radiate. Made in California, Daisy Hemp Skincare was one of the first companies to recognize the unique and powerful benefits of hemp seed oil when used on the skin. For years, they've been making quality, all-natural, vegan skincare products, and they're never tested on animals. The complete range utilizes the complementary effects of hemp seed oil, Dead Sea salt, turmeric, and green tea. Each of these ingredients has powerful healing properties alone, but when combined, they work magic. I'm Tanya Watts for Z420 TV. Check out Daisy Hemp online at daisyhemp.com, and thanks for watching.
You are watching Z420 TV, the future of cannabis broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Eric Roberts, and this is What Are You Smoking? The show where I tell you all about the numbnuts out there doing really stupid stuff, all in the name of weed. Vienna, Austria. A 27-year-old suspect is in trouble after police were led by drug-sniffing dogs to a warehouse grow facility that contained more than 700 marijuana plants. How did the dogs catch a whiff of the pot in question, you ask? They just so happened to be minding their own business, hard at work training at the police dog training center of Vienna, when the aroma from right next door happened to catch their attention. Yes, you heard me correctly. 734 marijuana plants are being grown in a warehouse directly next door to a drug-sniffing police dog training center. Hey, dum-dum in Vienna. What are you smoking?
Hey there, party people. We're back here on Grand Theft Audio. This is Jake Belcher.
And I'm Brent Thoman.
And as always, we appreciate you watching on any of the fine platforms that are still willing to carry us. Zitto.tv, Z420.tv, Facebook Live. And I think we'll probably drop this whole thing on YouTube afterwards. I've been trying to put this out on YouTube, but I realized you can only put up like one video a day there to your account. So I would try to record like 4 quick ones, and then it would just be the first one, and the other ones would go off to oblivion. So thanks my cheap license to whatever it is, however we broadcast. All right. I want to cover some other stories going on. I can't just get mad about race and nuclear war. There's more important things happening. Teen Vogue. Brant, do you have this image? Teen Vogue is a magazine, apparently, for teenagers.
It's probably more of an online site more than anything at this point.
And honestly, okay, Teen Vogue is for like preteens. Like whatever, like the next level up for like fashion is what's looking at it. So
right.
Tweens. Tweens. So this is really for tweens. They've put out an article. Will you put up the title of it again?
Sure.
It is 5 marijuana myths that you should not believe.
Right.
I'm not exactly sure why Teen Vogue should be telling kids what they should or shouldn't be thinking about marijuana. Seems like it's a little bit young for them, but I'm not going to make that judgment for the world. I'm just going to say it's odd that Teen Vogue has decided to put this out. It's like Boys Life is... Boys Life reviews the best lube. I mean, do you need lube in Boys Life? Not really.
Not really.
Do you need to know about marijuana from Teen Vogue? Not
really.
All right, myth number 1 is that marijuana is a gateway drug. I'm gonna set aside momentarily whether I believe that is a myth you should not believe or not. But they say you should not believe that marijuana is a gateway drug.
Right.
Number 2, that marijuana causes cancer. Again, I'm gonna go back to my my white supremacist thing. I've never had white people or anybody tell me that let's go become racist together. I've never had anybody tell me that marijuana causes cancer.
Never.
I've never heard that. It's not a myth if it's never been fucking said and propagated.
Okay, here's the thing. If they're going to try and relate it to the smoking aspect of it, and, actually, inhaling smoke, yes, there is some damage that's done by the smoke, but the benefits from marijuana, period, outweigh the damage that is done. But they're trying to compare it to the person. They think that you're going to be smoking 20 marijuana cigarettes a day.
Sure.
If you do that with anything, yes, if you smoke 20 marijuana cigarettes a day, you will probably get some form of lung cancer because of the smoke damage that is done to it.
It's way different than cigarettes and the the additives and everything that go in it to make it worse for you. But I'm going to say this is not a myth that anybody believes right now. Anyways.
Right.
Myth number 3, that cannabis causes anxiety. I will take direct umbrage with this one. I know I have had it happen to me where I've gotten stoned and I get anxious. Or you think to yourself, oh, they're all after me, man. Like the whole idea that marijuana doesn't cause anxiety. I'm not gonna.
Doesn't that cause paranoia?
Sure. Now, how far are we going to twist down what every word is? Paranoia and anxiety are like this. It's not like paranoia and anxiety are, one is red and blue and they're going to shoot each other in a fucking mall shootout. Like, they go hand in hand together. They're the same gosh darn basic idea. Cannabis causes anxiety. Teen Vogue says that is not true, but I disagree. Myth number 4, cannabis can kill you Well, they say that that's a myth you should not believe.
Which I would take umbrage with as well, because
Yeah.
because it's like saying alcohol. Alcohol can kill you even if you don't drink it because of somebody else who has drinks it and drives. Right. If you're using THC, it's quite possible that it will impair your ability to drive properly.
A crime happens around you and you get shot because of it. I mean, there's many ways that cannabis can kill you and lead to your death.
Sure. If you're buying from an illegal dealer and the drug deal goes down wrong, it's because of the cannabis that you got killed.
Teen Vogue said, "I can't die."
You can't kill me. Teen Vogue said this can't happen.
That is not that doesn't work in a hospital. It doesn't matter what
It's
Teen
not
Vogue
like
says.
It's not like a plant, like a cannabis plant's gonna walk up with a gun and shoot you in the face.
It's unlikely,
right.
But it can lead toward your death.
Sure.
Myth number 5: cannabis makes you lazy and a bad person. Okay, I'll agree with this one. I do not believe that cannabis makes you lazy or a bad person. I mean, it can lead you towards some bad actions. It can lead you towards, maybe not reaching your daily potential to what you are supposed to or can get done, but not actually a lazy or bad person. Back to the first step here. The first myth was that marijuana is a gateway drug. 100% horseshit. And it's because of media, and it's because of the government, because they've lied to you about what marijuana is and does to you. Marijuana is a gateway drug because you're told from when you were a baby that the very first hit of it, oh man, now you're going to be a lazy, bad person, and now you're going to get cancer.
And how many brain cells have you killed off that one puff?
Sure. The whole thing, they tell you how it's just going to destroy your life, and then you take that hit, and shit's fine, and your life hasn't been destroyed, and they think, well, what else have they lied to me about? So it is a gateway drug because of media and the government and your fucking bullshit lies. And 4 of these 5 myths that you tell me to not believe, I take direct, umbrage with and say, no, believe them because, it's all horseshit and lies anyways, guys. So go check out Teen Vogue. I know it's probably in your mailboxes. Go take it out of there and read for yourself why these 5 marijuana myths should not be believed. We're going to come back on the other side with the rest of our nonsense. And I got too much stuff, man. We need more show.
Always.
When people are feeling their best, they glow, they shine, and they radiate. Made in California, Daisy Hemp Skincare was one of the first companies to recognize the unique and powerful benefits of hemp seed oil when used on the skin. For years, they've been making quality, all-natural, vegan skincare products, and they're never tested on animals. The complete range utilizes the complementary effects of hemp seed oil, dead sea salt, turmeric, and green tea. Each of these ingredients has powerful healing properties alone, but when combined, they work magic. I'm Tanya Watts for Z420 TV. Check out Daisy Hemp online at daisyhemp.com, and thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Vicki Abelson.
Who the fuck is Vicki Abelson?
Hello. I wrote a book called Don't Jump: Sex, Drugs, Rock and Roll, and My Fucking Mother. Not my mother, Andy Stone's mother. Andy Stone is my heroine. And she was addicted to everything pretty much except heroin.
Oh my God. Oh yes. She just totally captures the excitement of rock stars.
And famous athletes and famous comedians. Sort of an insider's view from the outside.
The warmth and wit of Vicky's writing knocked me out. In a good way, not like Cosby. Too soon?
Don't jump. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, and My Fucking Mother.
Damn, that was going to be the name of my book.
Vicki wrote a book?
Vicki Abelson's long-awaited new book, Don't Jump, is finally here. Don't miss it. Who the fuck is Vicki Abelson?
You ran from home and you're on the street. You've been ripped off, you've been used, and you could be killed. There is a way out. There is a way off the street. Not tomorrow, but now. Runaway Hotline will get you off the street. Call Runaway Hotline, toll free, anytime, day or night. Runaway Hotline gets your message to those who care. Call now and get off the street.
Hello, party people. This is Jake Belcher.
And I'm Brant Thoman.
And we're coming at you live, as always, on Zena.tv, Z420.tv, Facebook Live, and probably, just your dreams and imagination. Is this any of this real? It's hard to say. Okay, so we have something that I want to do this last segment that we haven't gotten to do ever, and it's going to be fun. But here's the things I'm not going to talk about it because of it. I had a quick toilet update. I have now turned sideways on my bowl, so my cheeks don't spread nearly as far. It's quite nice. I'm not going to watch any of the NFL this season until Colin Kaepernick has a job. I've stated this on public social media and stuff, but I'm going to reiterate it here. No NFL for Colin Kaepernick, no NFL for me. Taco Bell came out with a horrifying thing today. It is a burrito. It's called the Firework Burrito. It has maybe the sickest thing I've ever heard of inside of a taco. They have added spicy Pop Rocks, so when you eat it pops with terrible Mexican flavoring. The spicy stuff, not the good stuff. It's not like it tastes like guacamole and it exploded in your mouth.
Right.
These are spicy.
Don't worry, the guacamole Pop Rock is on its way.
That sounds delicious. Okay, so I didn't send this over to you, but Ron Howard sent out a picture today from the set of the new Han Solo movie. Holy shit. I'm very upset. It looks like Han Solo is going back to the Death Star. Literally back to the Death Star. Who gives a shit about the Death Star? Can you make a Star Wars movie without a Death Star in it? It's very upsetting to me that they can't think of anything else that causes any problems other than a Death Star.
Well, this is all prequel stuff, correct?
Yeah, and he learned about the Death Star in the first Star Wars movie. So it's just going to be someone hanging out on the Death Star who tells him about it later. I don't know. It's really upsetting to me. Okay, two other quick things, then we're going to get into what I want to do here. The Dodgers have set their playoff prices for the playoffs, $575 for the most expensive ticket that is not in a luxury suite. So that's just a seat in the fucking Dodger Stadium. I mean, that's the most expensive seat. Least expensive seat, $185 to make it into a World
for
Series.
the nosebleeds.
Yeah, and nosebleeds is right. Last thing we're not going to talk about, Movie Pass, $9.99 a month for a movie every day. I'm not sure I would do this, but it's going to become something we talk a lot about.
Yeah, especially, well, it also depends. See, what AMC has said that they're not pleased with this. This is not what they signed up for, and may pull their.
They wanted to charge $50, I guess, initially.
$50 per month, but you can go to.
No one did it.
But some people did. Big moviegoers do, but $50 is asking a lot.
Sure.
So
there's not $50 worth of good movies.
Right.
Is there $10 worth of good movies?
Hell yeah.
Probably. I don't know if I would sign up for this or not. Okay, so here's what we get to do. That's Grand Theft Audio. Okay.
Great.
So here on these fine outlets, we have other programming. One of these shows is called The Broadcast. It's Vicki Abelson's. It's The Road Taken. And it's kind of an advice show with very successful celebrities. And they've had Ed Begley Jr. and Michael Gross and a whole bunch of other big people on. It's fun. I sit right over there and I help produce it. And I do all the cameras. But she has decided that she doesn't want to run the ads on here anymore. So she's going to do live reads. So we get to write our own commercial for them to say about us on the air.
Sure.
Brent, is there any way you would like to be described? Like, is there a? I'm going to go with the devilishly handsome Jake Belcher.
Okay.
And that's where I'm going to start. Is there something you'd like to be called?
Let's see. The razor-like wit, the razor-sharp wit.
Razor sharp wit.
Brent Thoman. There you go.
Sure. That'd be nice. I also I came up with a sentence this week that made me laugh and laugh and
okay.
laugh. I just want to hear someone else have to say, flaming hot flaming hot Cheeto eating bitch. So I'm not sure. Like, I think that'll be the first line. Are you a flaming hot Cheeto eating bitch? Because we want to attract her audience into watching our show. Okay, how about How about Trump needs to be prayed for by all Americans? Is what is an opinion held by the devilishly handsome Jake Belcher. Because she hates Donald Trump, and for her have to read that type of description, Trump is saving America and all Americans should pray for him. Is a position held by the devilishly handsome Jake Belcher. Do you have any words of wisdom?
No, dude, no, I'm okay with where I stand in regards to this.
So you're in it enough just to hear.
I mean, I didn't. Yeah, I wish we had thought. I wish we had talked.
We're doing it right now.
I know we're doing it right now, and you had mentioned it, but I didn't know exactly what you were talking about. Like ideas like this. I feel I tend to feed off other people's ideas and bring out better ones. Let's see. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that yours is bad. I think it's it's a tremendously funny intro. Boy, I really do.
Okay, now we have to tell them when to find us. So it's here on Zina.tv.
And Z420.
Now, I'm not sure if she's going to say Z420.
Okay, well, Zina.tv.
I'm going to ask for Z420, but I know she's a little bit more conservative, and she has a problem. She talks about it on her show in the past with marijuana. So I don't want to put her in a position where she has to, talk about something that she doesn't want to. But okay, that seems pretty good. Now we're supposed to have a minute. So should we just let her vamp about our other qualities for like 30 seconds? Or
well, I mean, it's a minute, but it's like she can promote other shows as well.
Yeah, because I guess she'll probably also talk about
the Ultimate Jam Night.
So we're just going to have this one thing in here. It's going to be, and I'm going to pull this so that we can show it on our show next week. I'm going to have her say, Trump is saving America, and all Americans should pray for him, is a position held by the devilishly handsome Jake Belcher. Bolstered by the razor-sharp wit of Brant Thoman, Grand Theft Audio can be found here on Zina.tv, Z420.tv, and Facebook Live.
Every Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Every Wednesday.
Live every Wednesday. Because they can get it any time.
Yeah, that's right. You can always go back. We have hundreds of episodes here and on the internet of us interviewing some of the biggest celebrities in the world. But see, the thing is, like comedians and stuff, I've been reluctant to bring them on lately because I feel that my positions on social things are, hard for a lot of what are, frankly, a lot of liberal, kind of closed-minded comedians. I'm amazed at how many comedians are the most easily quick hit, butt-hurted people. Like, they just see the misery in people more or faster. I'm not sure how that happens. But anyways, I don't want them to have to, come on here and argue with me. You're welcome to come on and argue with me. If you think that Donald Trump is really terrible and that I've been misguided this entire time, then, reach out and tell me to fuck myself. I mean, that seems pretty reasonable to me. That seems quite reasonable to me. Okay, a couple other things here to cover before we're done. I want to say I hope that this news changes and that it gets better, but it looks like Ric Flair, the maybe the greatest professional wrestler of all time, is having some very, very hard times. He's been in medically induced coma for the last couple of days as he's been having organs shut down and fail inside of him. This is like the stuff you hear at the end of someone's life journey. I hope that the Nature Boy is able to turn this around, but very, very sad. Brent, is there anything you want to tell people about going on in the world?
No. Next week's show we'll have a review of tomorrow night's beer wrestling.
Oh yeah,
that right. We get to go to.
That's right.
That was a blast last time. Maybe we'll bring back some footage. we'll make sure to do is take a couple of seconds of.
I would love to see us pull that off and go together. Speaking of footage, we made some great footage last night of our new of our Zena.tv logo. So we'll try to get that in also.
Yes.
We're making some fun stuff happen here. Things are getting bigger and bigger. I know we got like a minute and a half, but I don't really give a shit.
Okay. This last 90 seconds of our show is brought to you by the new Firecracker Burrito from Taco Bell. Please eat responsibly.
Z420 TV. We take the high road.